So here is a question that has come in, which I think is a great question. Did Jesus talk about Satan, or are those quotes in the Bible flawed? I want to preface this before I answer it directly. You have to understand that during that time period, they were all Jewish people, and they were coming from Judaism. And in Judaism, the word Satan means a difficulty or a temptation. And when you hear the story of Jeshua fasting for 40 days and being tempted by the devil, right? He was tempted by temptation. It was difficult. And so the meaning of Satan is very different, because the meaning of Satan that we derive now, or that we follow now, comes from the Middle Ages with Dante's Inferno. The devil being the polar opposite to God, and that's not what it meant back in the day. So, it literally meant temptation or a difficulty, a struggle within. It's an internal struggle, because that's what temptation is. It's an internal struggle. We have something that's happening, and we are tempted by it. But it's not about a polar opposite devil who's trying to get you or trying to sway you. It's about your personal temptation. It's about, your Satan, your difficulties, your issues. And even when you hear the story of the 40 days and the 40 nights, and then the first thing I would ask is, who wrote that down? And who was there? Or did Jeshua come back and tell them that story? Because he was alone in the desert. So either he had to tell the story directly, or it's added to the Bible to tie in something. And so the question is, what do you believe about that situation? Personally, I believe that it is something that was added in later to tie into Judaic belief. But the concept is that he struggled with his own temptations. He had difficulty, with fasting and meditating and even the life struggles he was going through. And so he was tempted. So did he actually have that experience? I don't know. I don't know if he had that experience at all. I don't even know whether that what's written in the Bible actually can be in any way, shape, or form attributed to Jeshua saying it, because it doesn't say that he said it. It says this is what happened to him, but no one was there to chronicle it. No one was there to write it down. So that's an ambiguity that I want to talk about. Another thing is in Buddhism, the Buddha was tempted by Mara, and while in meditation, and Mara came and tempted him, right? And he overcame the temptation. So temptation is validated not only it's validated in Buddhism. So the evil is the temptation, not the person, not a polar opposite, vehicle of God. So Jeshua talked about our internal struggles all the time. That's what I talk about all the time. Our struggle with our choosing to feel like a victim, our struggles with addictive behaviors, food, coffee, coffee. We have those things in life that tempt us, right? If your drug of choice is food, I don't know how many of you have been on a diet and were tempted by the pizza. I mean, that's the temptation. That's the Satan. That experience of temptation, you being tempted by something. But it's not a polar opposite deity. It's not something that is an evil being that's out to get you. That's all medieval interpretation based upon Dante's Inferno. And so did he talk about Satan? He talked about it in the historical sense, temptation. So that is my thought on this. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye. Thank you so much for watching. The John of New channel is solely funded by your generous donations and purchases of private readings and merchandise. To help out, go to johnofnew.com or use the donation link in the description below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.